Hello from beautiful Nice in France. And come and join me for a half an hour yoga and meditation session on the breath of free. So find a comfortable space like myself on a small little balcony or somewhere else, and let's get started. We will start in child's pose. So knees as wide as the yoga mat, bring your big toes together. And then start to take 3 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Let it go. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Beautiful. Maybe set yourself an intention for the practice ahead, the day ahead, whatever that might be. We will focus on taking 3 breaths for particular movements and sequences throughout this practice to steady ourselves. Let's take one more breath in, bring your hips up, glide forwards on your forearms, stretching the shoulders, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Another one in through the nose, big breath, and out. Slowly rise up. Walk your hands backwards between your legs, stretching the forearms, and then opening your mouth, let your tongue hang. 3 breaths here. Nice, and then turn the hands around, stretching the forearms the other way, walking them forwards and backwards. And from here, reaching all the way up towards the sky, interlacing the hands, breathing, opening the chest, closing your eyes and breathing out, rounding through the spine, pressing forwards. Breathe in, look up, reach up, and breathing out, seated cat-cow. One more, breathe in, look up, reach up, and breathing out. Breathing in, reaching up. One last time, and then open your hands, take them down either side of your arms, take them behind you, interlace them, and open your chest even more. Breathing out, coming forwards, lifting the hips, feeling that nice stretch in the shoulders. 3 breaths here. Breathing in, coming all the way back up. Releasing the hands, reaching back up once more, and then twisting over to the left. Cactus arms. Maybe a little twist, taking the hands down, looking over your left shoulder. Breathing in, coming up, breathing out, and over to the other side. And again, maybe a little twist, looking over your right shoulder. Breathing in, reaching up. And then as you're breathing out, coming down into tabletop position. A couple of cat-cows here if you find that comfortable. I'll take 3. And then maybe a little flow with the knees on the floor. Any movement that you would like to take in your practice this morning, making it yours. Going with the flow, going with the movement of your body. Stretching back one more time. Taking a moment here. And then come back into tabletop position. Lifting your left leg, lengthen your right arm and knee to nose. And lengthen. Elbow and knee meet underneath the body. 3 times. One more time, lengthen. And breathing out, bring them together under your body. Breathe in, lengthen. And then bend your left leg, look over to the left side, opening your left hip, and then bring your knee forwards to your left triceps. Lengthen, again 3 times. And step your left foot through between your hands for low lunge. Check in with your ankle and your knee that's stacked above each other. When you're ready, pressing through the front foot, coming all the way up. Opening the arms, creating space between shoulders and ears. And then take your hands to heart center, twisting over to the left side. Right elbow comes to the outside of your left knee. Press your palms together. Breathe in 3 times and out. Breathe in, come back up. And then as you come out, place your right hand on the mat. Left arm goes up, open up towards the sky. Open up towards the left side. 3 breaths here. Frame your front foot. Step back into tabletop and take a little flow with your knees on the floor. Upward facing dog. Back to child's pose maybe. And then come back into tabletop, go over to the other side. Right leg lifts, left arms lifts. Knee and elbow meet. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, crunch. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, crunch. One more, breathe in, lengthen. Place your left hand down, bend your right leg. Open it up towards the right side. And then right knee to left triceps. And ready, step your right foot through between your hands, pressing through the front foot, reaching all the way up towards the sky. Three breaths here. And then again, breathing out, hands will come to heart center, twisting over to the right side. 3 breaths here, in through the nose, out through the nose. Looking over your right shoulder, becoming aware of where you're feeling this pose in your body. Breathe in, come back up. And breathing out, bring your left hand down towards the mat. Right arm goes up towards the sky, easy twist. Framing your front foot, come back into tabletop and take your flow again. Shift your weight forwards, come down low, breathing in, upward facing dog. 3 breaths here in upward facing dog. Feeling into the pose, and then make your way into our first downward facing dog. Walk your dog out, moving your hips left to right. Then come to stillness, stretching through the shoulders, hips up high. Your legs might be bent, they might be straight. Feeling into the pose, creating space between shoulders and ears. Let your head hang heavy. And then walk your hands towards your feet. Take a ragdoll here. Bend your legs a little bit so you take away any pressure from the lower back. And you can feel a nice stretch in your legs. And then pressing through all 4 corners of the feet, reaching all the way up, extended mountain pose. Opening your shoulders, your chest. Cactus arms. Breathe in. Lengthen, and as you breathe out, twist to the right. Breathe in, lengthen, over to the left. We do this 3 times. Breathe in, lengthen over, and out to the right. Breathe in, reach up, banana pose, grab hold of one of the wrists, hips pump to the other side. Breathe in back to center, take it over to the other side. Doesn't matter which side it is. Breathe in, come back to center, slight back bend. Breathing out, forward fold. Halfway lift, flat back. Breathing out, sliding forwards, coming to a high plank position. Shift your weight forwards, low plank. Breathing in, upward facing dog. 3 breaths. And then breathing out, downward facing dog. Walking your dog out again. Lift your left leg and again knee to nose 3 times. So we're doing the same that we did earlier. Opening your left leg, opening your left hip, and then left knee to right triceps. One more. Breathe in length from your left leg and then step your left leg through between your hands. Pressing through the front foot. High lunge. Breathing in, reaching up. 3 breaths here. In through the nose, out through the nose. Breathe out, hands to heart center, twisting over to the left side. Right elbow to left outside knee, press the palms of the hands together, 3 breaths. Breathing in, reaching up. Breathing out, easy twist. Right hand into the mat, left arm goes up towards the ceiling. Breathing in, high lunge once more. And then framing your front foot, step back into your high plank, take your flow, and use your knees if you need to. 3 breaths here, and out, downward facing dog. Straight over to the other side. Right leg rises, knee to nose, 3 times. And opening the right hip, bending the leg. 3 breaths. And then knee to right triceps, 3 times. Breathe in, lengthen, bend. Breathe out, knee to triceps. Breathe in, and then step your right foot through, coming to a high lunge, pressing through the front foot, coming all the way up, reach up. And breathing out, take your hands to heart center, twisting over to the right side, left elbow to right outside knee. Again, become aware of where you're feeling this in your body. Are you pressing equally through both legs? Breathe in, come back up. Three breaths. And breathing out, framing your front foot, but then bring your left hand into the mat. Right arm goes up, easy twist, 3 breaths here. Step back into your high plank and then take your flow. Hold your low plank maybe for 3 breaths. Breathing in, upward facing dog, 3 breaths. And downward facing dog, walking your dog out, moving left to right. Feeling the softness in your body, the opening, the flow of energy. Enjoying this resting pose as we are warming up, easing into the day. And hop towards the front of the mat, coming into a nice little balance pose. So balancing on the toes, keeping the soles facing each other. Maybe they meet, maybe there's a little gap. Then take your hands to heart center, take 3 breaths. Reach your hands up towards the sky maybe for a different variation. Closing your eyes if you can. And then opening your arms up into cactus. Any hand variation that you find useful here. And again, then twisting over to the left side from the waist. Breathe out. Breathe in, lengthen. Throwing the shoulder blades together and twisting over to the right maybe. Keeping that balance, keeping that focus. Breathe in, come back to center. Take your hands back to heart center. And bring the legs back in and then come onto a high plank position once more. Take one more flow, breathing in and breathing out. We meet in downward facing dog. Become aware of how this downward facing dog feels in comparison to the first downward facing dog of your practice. And then we'll come into our beautiful hip opener pigeon pose, lengthening your left leg, bring it through, and then the knee comes towards your left wrist and the ankle towards the right. Breathe in, lengthen through the spine, and maybe stay here or come down to the forearms. And then take 3 deep breaths here. I really like to count to 10, breathing in for 10 and out for 10, 3 times, really focusing on the breath. And breathing into the hip space, to any area where you might feel tension, where you would like to release tension. Breathe in, come back up. Take a moment here, maybe 3 shorter breaths. And then make your way, when you're ready, back into downward facing dog. Become aware of how the left side, the left hip feels in comparison to the right. And when you're ready, reaching the right leg up. And then the knee comes towards the right wrist and your ankle towards the left wrist, framing your foot. Maybe staying here. Or if you feel comfortable, you can fold down. Remember, there should be no pinching or pain in the knee. If that's the case, please change your position. And again, taking 3 deep breaths here. Counting in for 10. And slowly releasing out for 10. Taking this moment to take our focus inwards. Into feeling the opening in our hip, the release of emotions, maybe in this moment, maybe later on. When you're ready, take another breath in, come up. Take a moment here, feeling into the hip. And then when you're ready, you can swing your left leg in front of you. And we will meet in a long seat, so both legs are stretched out. Breathing in, reaching your hands up. And then as you breathe out, hinging from the hips, coming into a long-seated forward fold. Maybe grabbing hold of your big toes with the yogi grip. Thumb, index, middle finger wrapping around. Breathing into your rib cage, breathing out, sinking a little deeper. Bend your legs a little bit if you feel that your knees are overstretched. And breathe in, come back up. Bring your left leg into the thigh. And then breathing out, hinging again from the hips, folding over your right leg. Hands can come onto the shins, calves, or maybe grab hold of your foot. 3 breaths here. Breathe in, reaching back up when you're ready. And we'll take it over to the other side. Right leg comes into the left thigh. And folding down again. Become aware of how this side feels in comparison to the other side. One of my side is always a little tighter. So really breathing into that space. Take 3 breaths here. And when you're ready, breathing in, reaching all the way up. And folding forwards once more. Becoming aware of how both hips feel, how the legs feel in the second long-seated forward fold. I always find that I feel softer and warmer. Breathing in, coming back up. And then bring the hands together into a steeple grip like a pistol. And then slowly coming all the way down towards the ground. Reach your hands over your head. And then as you breathe out, coming a little bit up, lifting the shoulders, crunching, and the head. So you should feel a little bit in your abdominals. Breathe in, come down. Breathe out, come up. Do 9 of those, 3 times 3. But you can take as many or as little as you want, as few, depending on how you're feeling on this day. And then bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees fall out wide. And then pulse 9 short pulses. Breathing out. Take the hands onto your belly. Feel your belly rise and fall. Feel the connection between the soles of the feet and the hips on the mat. And then take your hands, bring the knees back together. Bring your knees into the body, into the chest. Give yourself a little hug. Stretch the legs out, and you can come in either into waterfall. Take the hands, put them underneath your sacrum for more support, and stay here in this inversion. Or you can make your way into a shoulder stand, supporting yourself with your hands in your lower back. Keep your feet engaged and active. Take 3 breaths here. And then bring the knees down, coming into either plow pose or deathman's pose. If your feet don't come down to the ground this morning, then maybe keep your hands on your back for more support. Take 3 breaths here. Take your hands down as breaks onto the mat, and then slowly bring your legs down towards your body, the ground. Keep your right leg hugged in, left leg stretches out. And we'll take a supine twist, last pose for this practice. So then guide your right leg over to the left side. And if you haven't got a lot of space to stretch out your right arm, you can bring it over your head. Make sure both shoulder blades stay connected with the ground. Taking 3 breaths here. You're ready, come back to center. We'll take it over to the other side. Grab hold of your left leg, right leg stretches out. Take a deep breath in. And as you are breathing out, you can guide your left leg over to the right side. And again, your left arm might come over your head, or you can have a cactus arm or stretching it out. Both shoulder blades stay connected with the ground. Coming back to center. And we're coming into our final pose, Savasana. Start to feel the connection between the ground and the body. Let your hands rest next to you, palms facing up. Breathing in, and as you're breathing out, relaxing any muscles in your legs, in your arms, in your shoulders. And you can either stay here if you would like, or if you would like to continue with a short meditation, then stay on. It will be approximately 5 to 6 minutes. Equally, if you would like to take this time after your practice to journal, to write down anything that has come up for you, I can thoroughly recommend that. Maybe there is something that you are grateful for this morning. Maybe there is something that you would like to get out of your head. So when you're ready, come and join me in a comfortable seat of your choice. Maybe that's cross-legged, maybe on your knees, maybe on a chair, maybe find a cushion. Take a little bit of time to coming into your position to join me for this beautiful meditation practice. So when you're ready, take your hands onto your knees, palms facing up if that's comfortable. Take a deep breath in and out. And then bring your attention to the corners of the mouth. So we'll focus this meditation on our smile, and we will be overly smiling. So really opening the mouth so that you can feel an over the top smile. So it might show your teeth, you might feel your eyes squeezing together. And then keep your focus on that smile. Become aware of what comes up for you in your body as you bring your attention to that smile. What happens in the inside when we smile at the outside? You can also bring your attention to the breath at the same time. But really the purpose is here to keep that focus on that smile. And allow any thoughts or emotions maybe to arise, but then bring your attention back to the smile. So we'll be here for about 3 minutes. Maybe you become aware that your smile is dropping slightly. Can you bring it back up to that big smile? And then start to take it down a notch. So you still keep that smile, but you're closing your mouth now. Then becoming aware of how this smile feels different to the first smile, the overly exaggerated smile. How does this sort of more natural smile sit with you and feel with you? Is this a smile that you are familiar with, that you often feel? So again, we will sit here about 3 minutes. And what happens inside of you? What emotions, sensations, and thoughts arise as you're focusing on your beautiful smile? And the question is, of course, how can we cultivate this smile in our day-to-day, in our everyday? Even when situations are challenging. Can we keep that smile to ourselves and others? Can we allow that smile to be our daily companion? Can we make ourselves aware and remind ourselves to smile to ourselves? And then slowly start to release that smile as well. Become aware of how you feel, what sensations arise as you return to a neutral state of your mouth. and being with yourself, being with what is at this moment in time, and noticing that we can change our way of being, the way we feel sometimes, just by bringing a smile into our life. I use this quite a bit when things get hard or when I struggle, to remind myself that emotions, thoughts, and sensations are temporary, that they can pass by, that nothing is fixed, and that I can change my state of being by sending myself a little smile whenever I want to, whenever I need to, and especially in those times when I feel everything is going upside down. Let's take another deep breath in. Take your hands to heart center. Imagine you are breathing in this smile and then you're anchoring it in your heart space. Allow it to settle down there, to be planted there, to become your refuge. And with a smile in your heart, smile to yourself. Bring your hands to your lips. Kind and loving words to yourself and others. Bring your hands to your forehead center. And in gratitude and with a smile, let's take one more big breath in, and let's take an Om together to seal this practice. Om. Sending you beautiful wishes from Nice. Have a wonderful, restful, smiling day. Namaste.